Welcome, everybody. We're going to have a very interesting series today on aliens. We'll probably have to do this in several sessions, but it's going to be an interesting ride. Eric, hello.
He says, hi, Mom, and he says, hi to everybody else. He says, maybe you can start by announcing the date and sounding like a news anchor, and then we can launch the interview.
An anchor woman, huh? And this is Elisa and Jamie reporting live from... and Eric. Okay, so look, Eric, do you think you can get us a benevolent alien to
I like
interview?
how you put that.
Yes. None of the creepy ones, please.
He's teasing about pulling them all in for a lineup, that we could pick one.
Yeah?
He did mention that you were interested in the tall whites.
Mm-hmm.
So that's who he engaged with prior to the conversation today.
Oh, okay. Tell me when he's here.
Well, that's nice. He just asked me if he could invite him in the room. That's the first time he's ever asked.
Well, in case you get weirded out, maybe. He cares about you. It's not all teasing and pranking.
It was really nice.
Oh.
Yes, if he's here to help and talk to us in honesty, then yes, bring him in. And then he does a cheesy, snapping of the fingers. I'll bring him in now. We have everybody? Is that two? Do you tell him about the equipment, not to mess with the cameras or the sound?
Yes, please. All right, what do they look like, Jamie?
Two of them.
Oh, two. Tell me what they look like.
How tall are my cabinets, do you think? So, 7 foot.
Wow, okay.
6.5, 7 footish.
My next question should be, do they play basketball over there? But I won't. I've got a lot of questions, so we're going to try to answer these succinctly.
Aww.
Can't believe I used that word so early in the morning.
The one to the right says that they do have games, but they do not have your basketball.
So, what else do they look like? What does their skin look like? Eyes, everything?
I would say the eyes are more of a dark blue, black. And they're not really a shiny, reflective.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like... It's weird. I'll try to explain it. You know, when you look at a human's eyes, you can kind of see that it has a surface.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at theirs, it's almost that you're looking into them.
Oh, I see.
Into a bowl.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Where's this? Go ahead.
I know that there is something in the bowl, and there's something that protrudes, kind of similar to our eye.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't see it like a solid third-dimensional object. It's not alarming. It's just pretty.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, Eric. I can't describe.
No, that sounds difficult. What does their skin look like?
Cream to a white color.
Mm-hmm.
But it has a glow to it. You know how if you're swimming in the pool too long and you got chlorine eyes, and you're rubbing your eyes, and hard edges seem to have like a soft. The edge of their skin has a bit of a soft blur.
Okay. What about do they have ears?
I don't see ears.
Okay. Hair? Anything else? What about their hands and feet? Do they look humanoid? Or they wear...
Everything is very stretched and kind of oblong. Long face. There's no hard cheekbones and...
Okay.
And there's no hard lines.
Okay. Do they wear are they wearing clothes?
No, I was looking for that too.
No clothes.
Yeah, but it's not like you see I don't see like collarbones or.
Okay.
Eric says nipples.
They don't have nipples? What about a belly button?
Mm-mm.
So do you see genitalia at all?
Mm-mm.
Wow. Okay, well, we'll talk about that. Let's ask them some questions. Have you modified human DNA? And then are you responsible for today's humans?
How are you doing that? The way that they communicate is very different.
Mm-hmm.
When I listen to Eric, Eric is, to my left. I hear him mostly in my left ear.
Mm-hmm.
When they are to my right, and they are twice as far away as Eric, but when I hear them in both ears, as if I had a surround sound system.
Oh, yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
So it's a little alarming. It kind of
throws you off?
Yeah, because there's no distinct placement of where the sound is coming from.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine.
It's here.
Okay. Well, so what about the DNA?
They've helped the human race, but they don't claim responsibility of who we've become.
Did they modify our DNA, insert things into our DNA, and
they're not allowed to interfere.
Okay, so no modification of the DNA, not even inserting different genes or the junk DNA, etc. Nothing like that. No. You got a weirdest look on your face. What's going on?
I don't know what to say.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
All right.
I feel really safe.
Okay. All right. So, did they say anything that upset you or alarmed you? Or okay. Now, there are stories that you interacted and helped the Egyptians, the Mayans, and other ancient civilizations. Are all these things true?
Yes.
What were you trying to do?
I don't even know what to say. You just talk about how I feel. I feel hugely expansive right now, that my body is really big, but I know it's not. Mm-hmm. I know I'm here. Mm-hmm. When they start communicating to you, it's almost as if the front side of your head, your forehead, mm-hmm. is 1,000 miles wide.
Wow.
There's a vastness to it, mm-hmm. that you don't get when you're just in a daily conversation. And I think it's just making my mouth not move. Oh. So I can see things and hear them talk, but it's not as easy to be a instant translator.
Right. So you have to paraphrase a lot. That's fine. So Eric, what can she do? Do the aliens have to move away a little bit? Maybe, or?
No, this is the way they communicate.
Okay. How about you aliens? Can you help her out? Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
You're talking about ancient civilizations. Mm-hmm. They show me helping them.
Okay.
To help them survive, to mm-hmm. help them build. It's more of a coexistence. It's not an overtake. And they weren't asking to be treated as gods or relied upon. Mm-hmm. It was the sharing of knowledge and the growing of a human race.
Well, why did you do that? Just to be nice? Or did you expect anything in return?
They're actually sounds so sci-fi, but they're actually a type of being who helps everyone. If you can imagine how we have a government structure in place to help people in certain states and countries, they have a universal system or a galactic system where they're able to, it's a coexistence, it's extremely peaceful, it's very helpful. I don't even think that we could really use the word love. It's more translating as respect, help, honor. It seems more practical rather than our emotional words like to love and be compassionate, because they're not acting out of pity or us really needing help. They're doing it for the greater good of many other services. They're also trying to explain they don't adhere, they don't follow or have the particular timeline that our Earth seems to possess. They're able to see the that's what we call future. They're able to see our future, and they're able to see where we need assistance. And it's why in our history and soon-to-be history that they show up at particular times.
Oh. Do they have emotions? Do you have emotions, rather?
Yes, but they're not like ours.
Well, just briefly, or if you can even describe it, how are they different?
Emotions on Earth are based in the belief of separation. The emotions that they possess are based on the ideas of unity. So they lack this term of fear.
I think they're interfering with, because it's got blurry all of a sudden. Can you guys, can you alien dudes, can you do something to correct that? I don't know if they need to back away or anything.
Backing away won't help.
Pulling in your energy a little bit. Huh. Dang it.
It's not Eric where he can dial it up and dial it down.
Yeah, okay. It's probably them, though, I'm sure. So what do you think of humans? Gulp.
They're talking about us being a very interesting race. They compliment us on being so creative. And what's so admirable is our ability to I don't know how to explain that, to withstand tragedy.
Okay.
I guess how we would see anthills, if we step on an anthill, how the entire community jumps in and starts putting it back together. We have the ability to acknowledge being one, so that we possess a certain stubbornness, remain separate, and with identity. If you wanted to put an emotion on that, they would find it similar to being funny or humorous to them.
Okay.
We have the greatness that we choose, to ignore so we could hold on to one concept.
Well, why don't you make yourself why don't you make yourself more clearly visible to us? And when will we know? When will people know publicly that you exist?
They won't make themselves publicly noticed.
Okay.
People can't see them and understand them, so they react in fear. They don't wish to create a relationship that's based out of fear.
So
they possess none.
So they will never ever make themselves publicly known?
Only to those who can communicate to them.
Okay.
Without the fear and without the need to attack.
Ah, okay. What fuel do you use? And what are your spacecrafts made from?
It's not a material that's found on Earth.
Okay. Well, what do you call it in your language?
You don't know how to say that.
Okay. And the fuel you use, is it nuclear fission or anything like that? What powers the spacecraft?
They're trying to explain to me that it runs off the environmental pressure.
Okay.
Imagine if you could actually use gravity as a source of fuel. That would be an example.
Ah, I see. Well, how do you travel so far, though? I mean, it would take us so many light years to get from place to place.
Again, they're not bound to this type of time frame that you're thinking of.
So it's basically a matter of stacked time, not linear time. That's how you can get from place to place. It has to do with space-time then, right? The space-time continuum. So UFOs are real, right? Obviously. Well, what are these UFOs doing? What's their purpose?
They were also showing me images in my head of what I would call a wormhole or a lift in space. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like a magic trapdoor that links galaxies together.
Okay.
And you wanted to know the purpose of UFOs. Uh-huh. And it was commented back with the purpose of your car.
Okay, so basically just taking a joyride, huh?
They don't consider it a joyride, but it is a mode of transportation. It is not where they live.
So it's not a reconnaissance mission or any general across the board reason for them to...
Their mission is to keep peace.
Okay. Well, we'll close off here and we'll have our set part 2 and in a moment we'll go ahead and do that. But thank you so much, and we want you to stay here because we have other questions to ask, and I ask you to please try to figure out what to do with your energy so as not to interfere with our video and video equipment, if you can. Okay. Bye, guys, and if you want to find out more about Jamie, please go to withloveandlight.com. It's an amazing site. And she's got an event here coming up on March 26th where she will trans-channel Eric, and you can ask Eric all sorts of questions. She's amazing.
Trust me, it won't be like it is today. I completely feel like I'm hypnotized.
Well, yeah, you're looking good, and you probably are. But you're doing great. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.